This is a real mess. Genesis chapter 9, verse 13. I've set my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant. Did you hear that? I will see it. I will remember. Not you, not me, but God Himself will remember. Now, slow down. Let me ask you some critical questions. If the God described in the book of Genesis is all knowing, past, present, future, what does He need to remember? What does an all knowing being forget? Why create a visible sign to trigger memory? Maybe you don't get it. The rainbow is not a reminder for humans. The text says, I will see it and I will remember. The I is God. So, does an all knowing mind need reminders? Does perfect awareness require visual cues? Does a being who knows all outcomes need to be triggered into recall? Or is the language pointing to something else entirely? This is not a big detail. This is after a global reset, after he regrets creating man, after he destroys the earth with flood, after judgment. And now a mechanism is introduced, a sign, a trigger, a reminder. So let's start the sequence. He created the earth. The earth became corrupt. He regrets. He destroys it with flood. Then he sets an alarm clock so he doesn't do it again. Think. If destruction was already the solution and it was already regretted, why set an alarm clock so he doesn't do it again? If the decision is final, why attach a visual trigger to it? If the will is perfect, why reinforce it? Now, let's go to your defense. If you say this is symbolic, well, I agree with you, but I have a couple of questions for you to answer. What exactly is being symbolized? A change of mind, a commitment, a limitation, a narrative device? Who decides symbolism? Because once you say this is symbolic, you just stepped into interpretation. And interpretation means you are choosing what the text is allowed to mean. Now, remove emotion, let's stay on logic. If an all knowing being regrets creating, destroys what he created, then sets a reminder not to repeat it, how do you reconcile perfect knowledge with regret and memory triggers? Can all three stand without tension? Now, the question you cannot escape. If God must see something to enable him remember, what exactly does that say about the nature being described? And one last question. Who really wrote all these religious books? And what was the real reason for writing them?